loading snacks.
Welcome back, everybody. We're Loading Snacks. We're the Anime-Ne-Yacks.
Anime-Ne-Yacks.
Yes, I'm Sin.
Coop.
Yeah, and we're continuing to talk about these big things, these big animes being turned into big budget movies. So, last one I'm gonna hit them with is a personal favorite of mine. One of my favorite animes of all time. It is Robotech.
Robotech.
It has been around since the 80s.
Okay.
So, I hope you can handle this because it is very old. But this is one of the first shows that came on like TV that when people died, they weren't coming back to life.
Okay.
Like it really affected me as a child. Like, hold up, nah, this ain't like G.I. Joe. This dude's supposed to be back at the end of the episode. Nah, not happening. Nah, he done.
Okay.
He's checked out of here. Yeah. So we know Sony is planning a thing with Robotech. So for the anime fans out there, yeah, we're focusing on Robotech and not Macross. There's a huge difference. I know, understand, but since that's where their source material is coming from, that's what the source material we're going to focus on.
Okay.
Right. So Robotech has 3 sagas. We're only going to focus on the first one because that's the only one that's important right now as far as they're doing this, which is the Macross saga. It's 36, 37 episodes. Like I said, it came out in the 80s, so it's old. So the premise of the show is worlds at war with each other, no different from it is now. And an alien ship crash lands on a remote planet. And that's when we all realize we need to stop messing with each other and worry about that. So they start sending all their brightest scientists, all that kind of stuff to the ship, and they build up a city around the ship over the next 10 years while they're rebuilding it, getting the technology from it. So it's 10 years later, on the day of the launch, aliens come to pick up their ship.
Okay.
Right, so they finally tracked it down after 10 years, and they're now to come collect their stuff. But we've changed, we altered, we've done stuff to it. So the show focuses on this guy, Rick Hunter, whose brother is actually in the Robotech Force now is what they call it, because they use their robotechnology to do stuff. He comes to visit him and see what his brother's been up to, and he gets caught up in everything.
Okay.
And ends up being kind of dragged into the fight between the alien forces and the U.S. forces. Now, the whole basic premise of the show is, without trying to spoil it, stuff happens, and the island and the ship get teleported into space, and they have to take everybody who's on that island and have them live inside the ship. So they end up recreating the ship inside the city inside the ship, and they have to now make it back home while having all these civilians in there and trying to keep them alive and deal with all that kind of stuff and get them back home. Interesting. Right. So it deals with all of that stuff. You got the whole military and the civilians, trying to work together, and they're trying to make it back home with limited resources, and let's keep messing with them every chance they get. And it has the whole very, very classic love story I'm pretty sure a lot of anime fans will agree with, between our 3 main characters, or Rick, Lin, and Min-Mei. Lisa and Min-Mei. So it has a great love story involved in it. Like I said, one of my favorite animes of all time, favorite shows of all time. Okay. I think you'll enjoy it, but like I say, you have to remember, this came out in the 80s.
It's the 80s, so it's an old one.
It's an old one.
So Gage will have it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But as far as like how they dress, their lingo, all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's old school drawing, but yeah. So just take that with a grain of salt.
Got that John on VHS.
I actually do as well, but I also have them on DVD. Yeah. But
how you gonna watch that? You gonna borrow my VHS?
So with that being said, anything else you need to know going into this? It's old.
Okay.
So just remember that with a grain of salt.
All right.
36 episodes, and like I said, it's one of my personal favorites.
I'll get into it. Come over here.
And we can talk about it.
Yeah, come over here. We'll talk.
So that's what we're gonna do. Now remember, everybody, if you're trying to join us and watch this, it's gonna be a fight to track this thing down because it is old. I've looked for it, trying to tell y'all where to go to watch it, but no success. So if you got somebody with access to DVDs or some back channel places to go watch it, hey, do your thing. But come join us in the comment section to talk about it. Go watch it. Come back with us. Hit us up at Instagram at Loading Snacks, at Twitter at Loading Snacks, at Facebook Loading Snacks, at www.loadingsnacks.com. You can hit me up at Sincere619 across the board.
You can hit me up at super, SUPA, _ dupa, DUPA, Cooper, CUPA. That's Instagram and Twitter, ladies and
Y'all
gentlemen.
got all that?
It's not that hard.
Okay.
It really isn't.
We're the Anime-Ne-Yacks. We'll catch y'all next time. We're out.